What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. It is Friday, May 1st. Woo-hoo. So this is almost the end of this unit, sadly. We've done a bunch of things. We have read A Room of One's Own. We have done Boys and Girls. We have created a Facebook page. We had a discussion. We also currently should be writing a compare and contrast essay. So the last few days, hopefully you have been using the resources that I provided, the outline created by Ms. Titino, and just all the questions I've been posing. And if you had any questions from me, you can email or text me or call me. But today, we're just going to look at how could you make your essay a little bit better, right? Use revision strategies to better your compare and contrast essays on the text of A Room of One's Own and Boys and Girls. So you do know it's just you're writing a letter to your favorite singer / rapper or actress. What steps will you take to ensure that your letters are appropriate to be sent out? So think about that. So you are writing a letter to your favorite singer, rapper, or actress, right? You want the best of the best letter in the world. What would you do to make sure that your letter is the best? Think about that. Okay? So to revise, right? Everyone knows this, is to re-examine or make alterations, either it's written or printed matter. And if you are reconsidering or amending something, especially in the light of further evidence or to reflect a changed situation. So what does revision look like for you? If I'm asking you to revise an essay, what does that look like for you? Take a minute, think about that, and let me know, right? So this is very helpful in terms of if you have completed your compare and contrast essay. I created a self-editing checklist to double check if you've written all the components necessary for the compare and contrast essay. So let's go through it. So the first one is there a hook, right? All essays, not all, but most essays will require a hook so you can pull, right? You're going to hook the reader in. Is it related to in some way to the rest of the essay? Do you have a thesis statement? What is it? What are the two things being compared? Have they been properly introduced in the introduction? Because you need to make sure in your introduction you have answered the question and giving me some type of explanation so you can go on further in the rest of your essay. Does the introduction flow? Does each sentence relate in some way to the next one? Do the sentences seem to just be placed together? Explain. Do the body paragraphs follow a logical pattern? Are there ideas communicating in a way that the reader can easily follow? Explain. Are the topics used in each body paragraph supported well? Are there details that might be missing? Look back at number 2. List number 2. What is a thesis statement? Do body paragraphs support the thesis statement? Everything you write should go back to what you have written in your thesis statement. Last but not least, in your conclusion. Does the conclusion sum up major points of the essay without using the exact same wording? That is always a thing, right? Whatever you write in your introduction paragraph should not be the exact same wording in your conclusion paragraph. Rework it, right? And then, does the conclusion include a modified, exactly like I just said, thesis / focus statement? How is it different from the thesis statement in the introduction? Make suggestions for change if necessary. And this is to hold yourself accountable, right? Make initials next to each. I need to make sure you guys are reading out loud to yourself. That is when you catch most of your mistakes, when you read out your essay out loud, right? So have you done that? Have you double checked capitalization and punctuation? If you need help, there's a great resource called Grammarly.com that will check your essay for you in terms of capitalization, punctuation, and if it just makes sense and flow. You have a heading and title. Your heading and title should look something like this. When you go to college, when you go to further your education, it will always require you to have a heading. So please make sure that you do. And last but not least, because this is not the type of essay that requires you to make personal opinions, right? You will be not using first or second person pronouns. So I believe, me, my, right? None of those. So this it's a great resource for you if you have completed your compare and contrast essay. And then last but not least, in the Google Classroom, just answer the question, is this revision checklist helpful for you? I think you guys are going to produce some amazing things in terms of these two short stories that we have read. It's very interesting in my eyes. I hope it's interesting in yours. If you have any questions, please reach out and I will be here. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen.